What's up, guys? This is Miasin. So I realized I haven't made any Cyber Dragon videos in several months, or it might have been a year at this point, which is completely unacceptable coming from me. I'm extremely sorry. I really hope you can find it within you to forgive me. The best way for me to do that, by, facilitating your forgiveness, would be by completely innovating this deck. And by doing something I've never really thought of doing in Cyber Dragon. Well, not really, but it's just that I couldn't really do it before because the deck kind of didn't really have any good support or enough good engines to splash in the deck. I just need to gas up this deck as much as humanly possible because Cyber Dragon best deck, leave me alone, okay? But yeah, I think I managed to break Cyber Dragons to a certain extent by making it a going first deck. Yes, so now if you win the dice roll, you no longer have to go second against like 10 negates. So now you can go first, make a big board, make a lot of interruptions, and when you go second, you can still OTK your opponent, which is absolutely beautiful. And what I really like about this deck is that, well, at least the engines that I'm splashing and everything, every engine kind of gets you to like your other engine that gets you to killing your opponent, which of course we all love killing our opponents. It's really fun and enjoyable for the whole family. But yeah, before we go any further into these combos and deck profile, friendly reminder to smash the like and subscribe button. If we can get 1,000 likes on this video, I promise you guys, I will be making myself dedicated to making a consistent series where I always upload Cyber Dragon videos left and right. But I can't do this without your support. So yeah, a like and a subscribe really goes a long way. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So combo number one, this is what you can do, just not really with two cards, but let's just say I go Imseti, discard Happy, and I draw like Cyber Dragon Hertz where I already had it. I'm gonna get my search for the Sarcophagus and then revive back my two Horus monsters and then overlay for this new card right here, Dragluxion. I don't know if this card is in Abyss Rising or something. It might also be in like a special set. I forgot, but whatever. This card searches for any Galaxy or Tachyon card from your deck to your hand on summon, which is not too bad because you can search Galaxy Soldier, and then we're gonna be summoning that, Chilling Queen, Chilling 2, search Cyber Dragon, and also search another copy of itself, and then summon Galaxy Soldier number 2, and then make Nova, revive back the Hertz, always, and then make Infinity, and then also use the effect of Dragluxion detached 2, and then summon Harbinger. So just like that, I was able to make 2 interruptions very easily, and also have somewhat of a follow-up, so Hertz can recycle back the Cyber Dragon, and I have the Horus monsters with Sarcophagus and a bunch of other cards in my hand. So yeah, if you are forced to go first, this is the kind of play that you can do, but very easily. There is way more that you can do in this deck, especially in my beautiful build. Man, I feel like such a child because this is like my baby, you know? I have like over 10,000 hours of experience with Cyber Dragon, which the reason why this is my favorite deck and I'm known for it, and it's also the reason why it's my profile picture on YouTube. So yeah, this hand's really interesting. I have Cyber Dragon Core, Fear, and then a Hertz and Bestial Lubalion. Look at what I can do. So normal summon the Core, Chilling Queen, Chilling 2. In the TCG you can't chain block, in the OCG you can't. So yeah, you're gonna be getting your search for the Overflow, not for the Repair Plant, right? And then Lubalion search for the Magnamut, and then Contact Fuse for Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Usually you're used to making a Link 2, but that's ass. We're not making Link 2s, ew, we're better than that. And then Magnamut banish the Fear, and then summon that, and then get your End Phase search, and then Lubalion revive itself back, and then get the Regain. And what are we gonna be doing now? Again, Dragluxion search Galaxy Soldier. This is freaking cracked. If you can just summon 2 level 8 monsters, you can get Galaxy Soldier access now, which means Cyber Dragon Infinity. So this deck indirectly got kind of a boost from the new support, which I was not expecting when I read Dragluxion. I was just like, yeah, Galaxy Ice, Photon support, whatever. But no, yo, this is like 7 interruptions or something ridiculous. It's way more than you think. And also, we're getting like crazy follow-up. We're going to be drawing a bunch of cards, searching a bunch of cards. Our opponent is going to be going normal summon Snake Eye Ash, Cyber Dragon Infinity, negate that shit, and it also dies. And then Talent, negate that with Harbinger. And we're not done yet, huh? Fiendsmith, discard, Surge Detractus, discard. This engine is so freaking cracked. If I could play in Cyber Dragons, I would, but unfortunately I can't. It doesn't do anything. Anyways, Regain, revive back the Magnamut, End Phase search, so you have a nasty follow-up, and then our opponent will try to break our board, but we can go Baldric, banish that, even though we didn't really have to do that preemptively. Anyways, the Bellstar summon, and then my opponent summons Sequentia. I can go Baldric, banish that by treating the Hertz, which recycles back the Cyber Dragon Core, which is absolutely beautiful. And then Fiendsmith revive back, and then the original Sinful Spell Snake Eye summon the Oak and then the Ash, so my opponent can try to go like an Anima and then Dark and then Princess, but I can still destroy and regain draw when I use Overflow, so I can also get more cards in my hand, and I have Core because it hurts, and I also have my End Phase search of Magnamut, so I went from having 0 cards in my hand to having 3 cards in my hand, just like that, by interrupting my opponent. So yeah, hurting my opponent helps me. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, obviously, this is going to be the best combo, which is why it is the third and last one. So I have Emergency, Lubalion, Clockwork Knight, Imseti, and Juizworm. I'll start Imseti, pitch the Clockwork Knight, draw the Sarcophagus search and then draw the Happy. What a coincidence. That way I don't have to foolish it with the Sarcophagus. And I'm going to be searching the Regulus with the Clockwork Knight that I discarded and discard the Happy so that, of course, it is basically free real estate, and then revive back my 2 Horus monsters, make the Dragaluxion. I just love this play so much. Search Galaxy Soldier, Emergency, Search the Core, and then normal summon that, again, my search for the Repair Plant, and then link off into Elmirage so that my Repair Plant is live because I can only use it when I have a Cyber Dragon in my grave. Search the Hertz, and then discard that, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, search the Cyber Dragon and Galaxy Soldier. Make sure it's Cyber Dragon because you're going to be discarding it anyway, so you want to have more names in rotation. Nova, revive back the Hertz as always. It's always the same thing. Infinity, and then Lubalion, get your search for Magnamut, and then summon that by banishing Galaxy Soldier, effect for the end phase search, and then get back the Lubalion, get the Regained, and then summon the Juizorn by banishing the Magnamut, and then shuffle back the Magnamut. Will rather place it back on the bottom, draw 1 card, and it's Machina Overdrive. Very interesting. Summon the Regulus, and then detach 2, summon the Harbinger, set the Overdrive, and that's like 11 interruptions or something. And you look at this. I have Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is an Omni Negate, Regulus, Omni Negate, and then IP into SP, Harbinger, and then the Overdrive can destroy the Hertz in order to summon the Citadel, and then, you know, just destroy every monster my opponent controls, just like that, you know, casually for fun. I'm also getting the Magnamut search for the Baldrake, which is a DD Chrome, and then the Regain can revive back the Juizworm, and then when my opponent summons a monster from the extra deck, I can go Baldrake, tribute the Juizworm, and then banish that, and then Juizworm effect, send another monster my opponent controls. It has to be at least 10 interruptions. I can't count, but it's so much that I stopped counting after a certain number. But anyways, that's absolutely beautiful for the combos. Let's get into the deck profile. Alright, so for the deck list, I'm obviously playing the Horus Engine, so 3 Imseti as well as the Happy and the Sarcophagus, 3 Core, 3 Emergency. If only there was a way to just search Core a little more effectively. I tried playing Small World, it just doesn't work, nothing bridges, and you can't afford to banish your one-ofs face down. You can banish them face up, but not face down. 3 Overdrive if with the Citadel. It's not my first time showing this, but yeah, this is a really nice engine. And then we're playing, of course, Call by the Grave, Regain with 3 Lubalion, the double Hertz, 1 Nexture, 1 Fear, 1 Cyber Dragon, double Galaxy Soldier, the Regulus with the 3 Clockwork Knight, which is how your breaking board's going second. And we're also playing a bunch of hand shops, so 1 of each of the good Bestials, no Saronir, and 3 Infinite Impermanence, which basically fits within the theme of Cyber Dragon. I mean, it's basically infinity. And then obviously Cyber Load Fusion, Cyber Repair Plant, and Cybernetic Overflow. I think everything is kind of self-explanatory. Don't think there's anything I should necessarily cover here. I mean, if something is a little too confusing, just ask me in the comment section, but I'm just looking at this and maybe just maybe I'm biased, but for me, everything is like so obvious that I don't really think it deserves like too much of an explanation. But yeah, you definitely don't want to play like multiple copies of like these cards because they are absolute utter garbage. If you draw multiple of them, they do nothing. Anyways, for the extra deck, 1 Mega Fleet, double Fortress, the Rampage. Chaos Angel, really nice. You can summon this in the engine using Fortress and Core. And it's also light and dark, so this is gonna have like the nasty effect. Again, way better than summoning a garbage link to like Seeger Pass. That's no bueno. Harbinger, Dragaluxion, Infinity Nova, the Seeger, speaking of the devil, Lina, really good for unbreaking because sometimes all you have would be like some, I don't know, some Bestials. So you can summon Lubalion, another Bestial, and then you make Lina crash, and then main phase 2 search, well, I mean, battle phase search Core, and then main phase 2 normal summon and play from there. So yeah, it can really help you unbreak and also make some nice boards. Double-headed Anger Knuckle. So yeah, you can always loop this and Citadel, so you can always have a Regeki on your opponent's turn. This deck has a nasty grind game. It's insane. And we also play SP Little Knight, IP, and Salamangreat Elmirage for when you have Cyber Dragon Core and Hertz. So you search for the Repair Plant, and then you link it off, and then your Repair Plant can search Galaxy Soldier, and you basically just play from there. So yeah, it's a going first deck that doesn't really play too many trap cards, only 7. Yeah, that's kind of how you should be playing Cyber Dragons if you want to go first with a bunch of trap cards. Trap cards have always been good in Cyber Dragons historically, which is the reason why I was able to do so well at YCS Niagara in 2019. With Cyber Dragon shops, I was playing 19 shops, if I recall correctly, with 0 hand shops, and I was still going second. But now, in this crazy modern 2024 format, there's pretty much no way you can go second anymore. Things are just no longer the same. You would have to play like 12 to 15 or 18 hand shops in order to go second, and this deck cannot afford that luxury because your deck isn't resilient enough to the point where you can break a board, play through hand shops, It's too much to ask. And also the OTK deck, what I don't like about it is that it's kind of like a hit or miss deck. If you don't OTK, then you do nothing. But in this deck, you don't have to OTK. You can break the half of the board, and then you can set up a board so that your opponent can't like make a comeback, which is how you would win most of your games with Cyber Dragon. So this is a back and forth deck, really, with a lot of really powerful engines. So you got the Horus engine, the Machina engine, and the Bestial engine. Because if you try to play pure Cyber Dragons, it's just not gonna work. You don't have enough cards to fill up the deck. I don't understand how people can be playing pure Cyber Dragon with over 40 cards in their deck. Makes no sense. This deck just will always break if you play more than 40, and if you play no other good engine. Anyways, for the idea section, there's really nothing that I haven't covered in the past. But yeah, there's Dark with Chaos Dragon Levineer, so you can crash that and then, you know, get your search and then banish your Cyber Dragons, and then that makes Cyber Load live. Zeus, Dingirsu, some machine monsters that you can summon under the lock of next turn. And then Typhon, not really relevant, but whatever. I mean, why not? Especially if you're playing a lot of traps. The Juggernaut Labia and Gustav Max, because sometimes you can make double Mega Fleet and then overlay. And there's also like another level 10 monster, the Karnat or something. I forgot the name, but it's a decent card. Relinquished Anima, but the extra deck is pretty tight. Nibiru Ash, whatever, if you want more hand traps, which I don't recommend. And Nibiru does kind of clash with Cyber Dragon, but it's not like the end of the world. And you can also discard it with Galaxy Soldier. Not that it really matters. You might as well play Valor over Nib, I think. Puzzlomino, if you want more combos that can access Cyber Dragon Infinity using Hertz, Nextra, and Fear. That 3-card combo can make Infinity, but only if you play Puzzlomino. And then Prosperity, Ice Dragon's Prison, more copies of Overflow. One of my favorite cards in the game, Unending Nightmare, and Solemn Strike. That as this deck has like 4 cards in my top 10 favorite cards of all time are Cyber Dragon cards. It's insane. It's like Overflow, Cyber Dragon, Core, and Infinity. I love this deck so much. It is by far my favorite deck of all time. Anyways, that's already it for this video. I wanted to make it short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys very, very soon. And let me know in the comment section how you think and how you feel about this deck list. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.